Hey guys, National here, and today we're with another reaction video. Shut up, that vigilant Christian!
Alright, hey everyone, it's TVC Mario.
All I want you to do is go down. Go down here. Hold on, sorry. All you need to do is once you watch this video, press the subscribe button. Press the notifications. And that's what you have to do. You can do it for my channel too. I upload at least every day, sometimes 2 days until like maybe I need to stop saying like. For instance, maybe I don't upload tomorrow, but I upload after tomorrow. You get what I mean.
Here for a video I wanted to make to answer a question I've actually been asked by many parents, and that is the current fidget spinner trend that's so popular with the kids today somehow evil or satanic? And is the Illuminati behind it? I wanted to go ahead and make this video to answer that question. No, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the most ridiculous claims I've ever heard. Now, if you're one of these people that have bought into the lie and right away you're offended by me saying this, listen to the end of this video. I'm going to make some sound, logical arguments here to show you that this is nothing more than people trying to get a bunch of YouTube views by spreading some sensational nonsense. Okay, so don't fall for it. All right, guys, so let's get right into it. Now, you probably already have heard or seen about the fidget spinners.
No, was it really the Illuminati? Because, to be honest, if it was the Illuminati, they would have done all types of messed up stuff. So, it's not the Illuminati. Like, they would have been putting controlling device. They would have put a controlling device or whatever type of stuff they put in, injecting our heads or something. And it's already, like, I had a fidget spinner for a little bit of time. I don't know where it is, but it was blue. Had the weights in it.
There's not many people out there who are not aware of what they are. The kids love them. There are these little devices here that they put on their finger and they end up spinning. Now, obviously the one here is in the sign of the Illuminati eye. But does that mean that the Illuminati made it? No, it could just be some guy trying to make some money. I mean, he knows that this would sell to certain people and appeal to certain people, so it's probably been put out. If you do your research, you're going to find out that they're not able to pinpoint exactly who created the fidget spinner. Looks like it came back from 1980s or something, or the 90s or 80s. So it's been out for a while, but it's only been really popularized this year, and the kids are going crazy with it. But let's go ahead and check out this ridiculous claim. Supposedly, by putting your finger in the middle here, you're doing the 666 hand sign. Now, this is something that I've been talking about on my YouTube channel for a while, and this is something occultists will subliminally program in their music videos and stuff like that. But this is a sensational, insane claim. As you can see, even in the picture, the kid isn't even doing the proper 666 hand sign. He doesn't even have the right finger on there. So this is, to say the least, a stretch and a half. Of course, there are fidget spinners made in the form of pentagrams and that, and sure, as a Christian, you shouldn't, have any of that or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they go on to talk about the fact that it's symbolism for the unholy Trinity and all this stuff. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, what the Bible says in Romans chapter 12, verse 3, it says, "For I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to." And then here's the key part. "But to think soberly, according as God hath dealt to every man the measure of faith." We're to have sound, good judgment. We're not to be people who go around spreading information that is sensational, psychopathic, basically, crazy, and basically makes you nothing more than a paranoid, sensational person who does what I am truly worried is happening here with videos like this, and that is discredit real truth. You see, when people want to get some YouTube views and they're going to run with anything that they find without actually soundly, logically looking at the situation, what they're going to do is end up discrediting the truth movement. And what does that mean? To discredit means to harm the good reputation of something, or also the loss or lack of reputation or respect. So people who come to this YouTube channel or YouTube channels like this one to get information on things that they should avoid, especially when it comes to parenting and, the children, they're end up going, it's going to hurt us because now we are putting out sensational information for views and attention based on stuff that is absolutely ridiculous and doesn't make any sense, okay? Now, one thing that I've been doing on my YouTube channel and on my social media pages as part of my ministry is exposing real toys that are really bad for your kids, that actually have a logical cause and effect relationship that shows that playing with these toys could definitely lead to some type of ungodly behavior. What is the ungodly behavior that a fidget spinner is going to cause in a child? Really, what is it? Is it going to get them into witchcraft? Is it going to get them into voodoo? Is it going to get them contacting spirits? Is it going to get them to have a spirit of rebellion? No, none of that, okay? They're literally going to sit there and just spin that little thing around their finger. Now, supposedly they say it's for ADHD or ADD. That's nonsense, by the way. They're just using that to sell. It's not actually it doesn't have any medical research to show that. But anyways, it's not going to lead the kids into things that real satanic toys will. Just yesterday morning, I was at the breakfast place that I go to regularly, and I noticed this when I was about to pay for the breakfast. These voodoo child dolls, and they're made cute and cool. This here is something to raise an alarm about. This here is something parents you should be worried about. Why is that? Because if your kid plays with this, there is the likely possibility that they will become interested in what is voodoo. Oh, I have a voodoo doll? Well, what's voodoo? Let me Google that and let me look a little bit deeper and, get exposed to what the Bible would say is abominable witchcraft. So here, we can see a logical correlation between playing with this toy and leading a child down a path of potentially practicing things that God would say not to. Voodoo and witchcraft. There are other examples, and I've been doing this on this YouTube channel for a long time. Several years ago, I did a video on the satanic Ouija board for...
If you're self-employed, you're probably keeping track of the miles you drive so you can write them off on your taxes.
I'm sorry, you will not get all your money.
As you can see, they even made it pink. So here, again, we have a child's toy. Now, the child will play with this, and there's a direct, logical correlation to the child doing something ungodly and wrong. The child is being deceived subtly by Satan to engage in spirit contact. Now, just a little side note, how does Ouija boards work? Well, it's just a piece of cardboard and a piece of plastic little thing here with whatever. It's nothing really significant. It's not the object itself. But what demons recognize is that we ask them for guidance. We are essentially handing over our free will, and that is what they need in order to start spiritually oppressing people. So, if your child is playing with a pink little Ouija board, there is concern there because they are now practicing spiritism and contacting spirits, which the Bible says not to. And oftentimes they try and contact the dead, which is wrong. The Bible says you don't do that. It's a huge sin, necromancy, and all those things like that. So, this is something parents to be concerned about, not these little fidget spinners that don't have a direct correlation. Okay, there's no correlation. There's no correlation between spinning your little fidget spinner and somehow the child going into some type of occult satanic philosophy. Here's another toy that, yes, this one you should worry about. This doll is created for young girls. It's called Brats. Okay, and the brats, well, they're dressed immodestly. They are sometimes portrayed as witches, these rebellious Jezebel spirited dolls. So when your child, your young girl, plays with this, today could be boys playing with these. Anyways, so when your child plays with this, what is happening here? There is a possibility of a correlation, a logical correlation of playing with this doll will lead to a rebellious type of mindset or spirit being adopted. The kid might want to become a brat. This kind of like girl, this clubbing Jezebel, lost witchcraft type of girl. Okay, so here we see that there is a possibility. So there you go, okay? This is good ministry. This is good exposing toys that on a logical level will directly lead to things that we can identify are bad for kids. So this is not crazy, sensational exposés like the ones that we're seeing on the fidget spinners. Okay, so I wanted to go ahead and clarify that because so many people right now are freaking out over these spinners. There's a bunch of fake, false truthers and Christians out there who are spreading this. Now, keep in mind, I think it's disciple of Jesus Christ or Yeshua. I think you changed your name, brother. One of my subscribers and a young brother in the Lord who fell for this. Brother, I'm not saying that you yourself are spreading misinformation, but I do believe you're deceived on this one. Let's be logical. Let's be sober in mind, guys. Let's not discredit our movement, okay? Because that is the great danger with these guys' videos. They are totally discrediting truth, okay? And that is, we're going to lose our lack of reputation or respect, and that is going to hurt us when we want to put out information later that is truthful, that is sound, and really parents should be worried about. Okay, so yes, little voodoo dolls that your kids play with, no, that is satanic. Ouija boards, yeah, no, satanic. This, yeah, satanic. This, get real. You've lost your mind. All right, thanks for taking the time, everyone.
Alright, bye, guys. I'll make a part 2 in a second. My mom wants me.